Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Art Nouveau with your host, LeilaniJoy. This is my video art blog where I document my creative process and give you guys some tips and tricks along the way. Now, if you haven't figured it out, because I'm sure it's a little bit obvious, I am going to be doing another Disney-themed piece for you guys today, which I am so excited about. Hopefully you saw my last episode where I created my rendition of Maleficent for Disney's Wonderground Gallery in downtown Disney, Anaheim, California. And I hope some of you guys have had a chance to go by and see my work at the gallery and order a print or hopefully maybe order the original. I think I still have a couple available there. But anyway, today I'm going to be doing possibly one of the most iconic and recognizable Disney characters of all time. In fact, I think Tinkerbell is actually like in the Disney logo, you know how like the movie starts and she's like ding with her little wand and everything. So no pressure there to do a good job on this piece, right? Actually, when they told me I was going to do Tinkerbell, this is probably the most intimidating one for me since she has a very distinct personality. She's very sassy and I really want to capture that in my rendition of her. I've seen some other renditions of Tinkerbell where she's very pretty and cute, but there's something more to Tinkerbell, which I love about her, is she has this sort of attitude, and I really hope to capture that in my rendition of her today. But before I get started on that, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you who have given me such lovely compliments on my makeup and my looks for my videos. I have had a few of you say, oh, Leilani, you should do makeup tutorials too and stuff, and I'm like, if only you guys could. I don't know anything about makeup. The only things that I know, I've learned from watching a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race and looking at a lot of Anastasia Beverly Hills on Instagram and Lime Crime and stuff, because honestly, that's all I know about it. And I would describe my makeup job as being a Monet. Like from far away, it's nice, it's beautiful, but up close, it's just a big old mess. So there's a little artist humor for you. So I think I will just stick to what I know or what I think I know about art and keep doing those for now. Honestly, I think I will try and find, I don't know where they are, I have to look for them, but I'll find some pictures of me like high school time and like early college. And my makeup was wrong. It was so wrong. I think, pictures from my 21st birthday. I had like a makeup line. It was completely the wrong color. Horrendous. So now that I'm nearly 30 years old, I feel like I do have a little bit of a handle on it. And like I said, it's from watching men put on makeup on RuPaul's Drag Race. They know what's up. They know how to do it, okay? I mean, we could all learn something there. Alright. What the hell am I rambling about? I'm sorry. Okay. But anyway, let's get started on my Tinkerbell piece today and take a look at some reference. She has been depicted in many different styles, lots of fan art. She has several of her own 3D animated movies now, I think. So I've got to take from that, take some inspiration, and somehow put myself into this as well. So let's go ahead and look at some reference, and then we'll get started. So I started off grabbing some stills from the animated film Peter Pan and just trying to sort of understand her facial expressions and gestures. I love these little pouty, sassy faces that she makes. And then I started delving into the original concept art from the film, and I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I love the work of Mary Blair. She did a lot of concept work for Alice in Wonderland and Sleeping Beauty, and I think several other of their films around that time. And I love her graphic, colorful style, and I really want to incorporate a little bit of that into my piece if I can. I also tried to make some mental notes about different scenes and set pieces I could use in my final painting and iconic images from the film. So I started off by just doing some really rough, kind of chunky thumbnails in Photoshop just to get some ideas of color and shape and concept down. And my initial idea was this thumbnail here, and my boyfriend so kindly pointed out to me, he said, "You do realize that's the exact same pose as your Spectre girl. It's like identical." And I did not even realize it, and I was just like, oh my god, like fail. I really need to think a little bit more creatively. So from there, I kind of had to go back to the drawing board, and I struggled a little bit and I was a little frustrated. But I really tried to think about things in the film that were iconic to me. I love the scene with Big Ben when they first take flight and they land on the clock hands. So I was like, well, what if I could incorporate that London scene with Tinkerbell? I really love that, and really says Peter Pan. So I ended up coming up with this thumbnail, which ultimately Disney liked the most, and I was really happy that I didn't let myself get stuck in a rut and just go with my initial idea. So sometimes you have to think outside your comfort zone a little bit, and this was a little bit different than my initial concept, but I'm really glad that it ended up the way it did. So once I finish my drawing here, I'm going to photocopy it and enlarge it to fit my Masonite panel that I've already painted a background layer on. And then I'm actually going to be transferring my drawing in a number of stages that you'll see in this particular case. So I'm starting off by blocking in where the clock tower and some of the background elements are going to be. Then I'm going to paint those in before doing another transfer on top of that. Now I'm using my little color comp here to match some of my colors. This is a really good tool for you guys to use so you kind of know where you're going with your colors. Then I've masked in the clock tower and filled that in completely, and then I'll paint in the other background elements before I do my second transfer layer. Now a quick tip if you like to use masking tape to create clean edges is to put a light layer of matte medium over your tape before you paint it in. It keeps the paint from leaking underneath your tape. Now here I'm using Frisket and a circle cutter to cut out these perfect circles that I can peel off and basically mask them on my painting. Then I can paint over them and peel them off, and you'll see I'll have a really nice clean edge. Frisket is really amazing stuff to use if you like to get clean edges like I do. So next I've blocked in my yellow circle for the clock face, and then I'm going to do another transfer. If you're going to do multiple transfers like this, you want to make sure that you're lining up your drawing exactly where you had it before. So I have made some little markings for myself so I can tell where to tape it. Then I'm going to transfer the figure of Tinkerbell and paint her in. Now, since Tinkerbell is such an iconic Disney character, they really insisted that I stick close to her Pantone color scheme. Now, if you don't know what Pantone is basically a universal color system that most art and many industries recognize. It's like codes for these exact colors, and they all have their own code. So I printed out her exact Pantone combination, and I'm going to do my best to match these colors as close as I can with, you know, a little artistic license. Now finally I'm ready to transfer the clock face onto my yellow circle back there. And for precautions, I'm masking off just very loosely Tinkerbell's form here so I don't get any smudges and sorrel on her face. And then I'm going to tape it in place and go ahead and finally transfer all the little detailed areas of the clock face. Now I am all about finding the right tools to make my job easier. So for the clock face, I'm using an acrylic paint pen. This one is made by Montana, and this just made my job so much easier. There was no way I was gonna painstakingly paint this in with a brush. That would just be ridiculous. So always look for the right tools to create some shortcuts for yourself. Now it's finally time to paint in Tink's wings here. And I've had a lot of you guys ask me how to paint fairy wings or something transparent like this. And it's very simple. There's just a couple of things you have to remember. So for the wing here, I'm just using some of my background color, so that dark purple back there, and mixing that exact color in with white. And you're gonna wanna do some testing first to make sure that the value is reading correctly. But the most important thing is that you have the background color mixed in, because that's going to give the appearance that there's a transparent lighter layer over it. So this is where those little plastic paint containers really come in handy. If you mixed any colors, make sure that you preserve some of them if you're going to do something like this. Now for the wings that cover the clock face, I'm going to have to do this a little bit different. I think I sort of did this backwards. I probably should have done this an easier way. But I've already painted in all the details, so I'm going to have to use matte medium and white and just sort of glaze over it, which I think I can still get a nice effect, but it might have been easier if I actually tinted the clock face itself and then maybe did like a dark gray detailed pen. I don't know. I could have done it different, but I think it will still work. So I'm glazing just a little bit of white with matte medium to fill in the wings. Okay, you guys, well, my Tinkerbell piece is almost finished now, and before I show you the final results, just want to tell you a few quick things. I have lots of exciting stuff going on right now. I have a giant canvas of Miss Collie with me today, and just want to do a little plug for these. I do canvas reproductions of all my pieces, except for the Disney ones. Like I said, can't do those. But I think I only have half of these left. I've sold half of the first 10 of my Collie reproductions. This is a 24 by 32. I can also do them framed, and I hand embellish them with acrylic paint that gives them this cool kind of 3D texture to them. So hey, these would look awesome in your house, so you should definitely get one. And you can find these in my Etsy shop at etsy.com/shop/LeilaniJoyArt, or you can always shoot me an email at sales@LeilaniJoy.com if there's a custom one that you'd like to order. Next up, I am almost finished with our fan collaboration project. Hopefully you guys have been staying tuned to that. If you're new to my blog, I'll fill you in really quick. A couple months ago, I asked that you guys give me some suggestions of your favorite concepts and ideas, and then all of us voted and we selected the top idea out of all the suggestions. And then I've been creating a piece inspired by the winning idea, which ended up being a female fawn character inspired by Pan's Labyrinth. And she's almost finished, and I'm really loving how she's coming along, and you guys seem really excited. And it's been great to get your feedback along the way and really create this piece for you guys, with you guys. So this has been really fun. And there will be a video for her soon, and I have a very special little project that she's going to be for. So please stay tuned for that. Also, I have a lot of shows and events coming up this the end of this year and next year. And one of them is I'm going to be back in the Swoon Gallery's Get the Lead Out show, which is an all drawings show. And they're going to be doing it live this year in LA. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it down there. We'll see, hopefully, but I'll announce that later if I'm going to be. But you can always find out what I have going on by checking out LeilaniJoy.com/shows-events, and I have everything that's coming up on there. Or you can stay tuned to all my social networks, which I will keep you guys abreast. I don't think I've ever said that word. Sorry. I will keep you guys updated on all the upcoming shows and events I have there as well. Anyway, let's check out my final Tinkerbell, which I'm entitling Tick-tock Tink, which I feel is appropriate for a few reasons. She's got the clock back there, and also the crocodile that has like the clock inside him or whatever. I don't know. Thought that was cute and funny. You can find out more details about all my Disney pieces right here on my website, and there's everything you need to know, how to order, and everything there. So without further ado, let's check out Tick-tock Tink. Okay, boys and girls, that's it for me on this episode. I hope you enjoyed the creation of my Tinkerbell piece, Tick-tock Tink, and I do hope that you'll order a print of her. First of all, I wanted to proudly announce that I sold this original piece, I think within 2 hours of it hanging in the gallery. And I just want to send out a huge thank you and hug to Scott, who purchased my original Tinkerbell. And I hope that you're enjoying her, and I'm so happy that she has a good home with you. So she is sold, but I do still have my Maleficent and the Queen of Hearts that are still available at Wonderground Gallery. Also, you can order prints and everything at this address below by emailing them, or you can give them a call at this number. And if you're international, you can call them at this number. Oh, and I also wanted to mention that I have seen these popping up on eBay, which is kind of exciting. So if you don't want to go through the hassle of calling Disney and making all those arrangements, you can order them on eBay. And I've actually created a little mini link for you right here. So if you just type that into your computer, all my Disney works on eBay will come up for you. Okay, well, I guess I will see all of you guys very soon because I have another Disney piece coming up. And also, oh, I totally forgot to announce that I have an Edgar Allan Poe themed show with the Bad Apple Artist Collective that's beginning at the end of this week on September 27th. So I'm very excited to do a piece for that as well. So stay tuned to the Bad Apple Artist Collective on Facebook, and we'll be auctioning off all kinds of original artwork just in time for Halloween with Edgar Allan Poe theme. And I can't wait. I'm going to be doing my own version of Madeline Usher from The Fall of the House of Usher, which I was totally obsessed with when I was in college. It was my favorite story. And yeah, I'll tell you more about that later. Hopefully I'll have time to get another video out for that, but we shall see. Anyway, thank you for listening to me ramble on, and I hope you enjoyed my video. If you're new here, please subscribe. And I've decided to add a little Easter egg to my videos. I mess up a lot when I film, and I try to keep most of the footage because I'm like, I'll do a blooper reel later. I thought it would be more fun to actually put the bloopers at the end of every video. So from now on, I'll have some little bloopers at the end for you guys to enjoy and chuckle at my ridiculousness. All right, well, that's it for me, and I will see you guys very soon. Let's do it. Yeah. Can you hear my stomach growling? I think it's growling. Oh, I've had a few of you, God, can you hear my guinea pig on his water bottle? He's freaking going crazy back there. Boo. And, to all my social networks. I try to keep you guys